बस कुछ ही पल की दूरी है और मुझे आशा है आप सभी ने अपने अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन अब तक साइलेंट मोड पर रख दिए होंगे। आप सभी के सहयोग के लिए फिर से एक बार धन्यवाद। A very special video created especially on today's occasion by Zeroda to celebrate the listing of the first 5 NPOs on the NSE Social Stock Exchange. Please take a look at the screen.
Reach all stratas of the society. So wherever there are gaps, people who are committed, willing, they try to address those gaps. NGO is just a legal term, but these are organized efforts, non-profit efforts that are really geared toward problem solving across a wide spectrum of problems in society. Everything from soil to water to education to sanitation, countless problems.
See, one thing is clear that NGOs are having definitely greater connects with the grassroots. And many places where government's interventions are insufficient or not able to reach, their NGO's presence addresses the issues better. Government's interventions are insufficient or not able to reach, their NGO's presence addresses the issues better.
Although the intent is there of most NGOs for the welfare of the society, but somewhere there is a lot of skepticism in people.
Fundraising for any NGO is a challenge, right? It is based on credibility.
We are dependent on grants and donations that we receive from institutions, foundations, CSRs, and individuals.
And we are working in the very, very remotest part and all. And often they also don't find much meaning in investing in those far off places.
Our growth, our reach, our replication can be much faster if we are getting adequate funds, which right now are not adequate, I would say.
I announce the arrival of our chief guest, Srimati Madhavi Puri Buch, Chairperson of SEBI. देवी और सज्जनों, राष्ट्रगान के साथ इस आयोजन का आरंभ होगा। We will commence with the national anthem. Kindly rise in its honor.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind. Please be seated. A very good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It gives me, Manasi, immense delight in extending a hearty welcome to all of you, especially our chief guest, the chairperson of SEBI, Srimati Madhavi Puri Butch, all the esteemed guests, honorable dignitaries, and all you invitees who are present here, along with all those watching us online for this extremely special event, celebrating listing of 5 NPOs on the NSE Social Stock Exchange. देवी और सज्जनों, NSE के इस शानदार एट्रियम में उपस्थित सभी का मैं मानसी तहे दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a landmark in the Indian capital markets and NSE, SSE as well. This milestone symbolizes the convergence of financial markets with the noble pursuit of social impact. This event is also live across various social media and is being viewed by a large number of people since it is an iconic moment. I will quickly brief you on the first 5 fab NPOs that have raised funds for their projects through this NSE Social Stock Exchange platform, and this is in the reverse order. So Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement, a Mysore-based non-profit organization specialized in working in the sectors of education, health, socio-economic empowerment, environment and sustainability, raised 1.55 crore Indian rupees for the project. So the project aims to establish an institute, Viveka Tribal Center for Learning, based on the recommendations of the National Education Policy 2020. Next, Transform Rural India, a non-profit organization based out of Delhi that works in the areas of skill development and sustainable livelihoods, raised 2 crore Indian rupees. The project will be onboarding 12 to 15 Sarathis to work across all select locations. Mukti, the next NPO based out of Kolkata, specializes in the areas of health, water and sanitation, education, livelihoods, environment, disaster recovery, agriculture and the like. Raised 1.7 crore Indian rupees for a project. The name of the project is Swavalamban Accelerator in Sundarbans 2.0, which aims to offer a comprehensive skill-cum-enterprise development training to 2,000 women. Next, Ekalavya Foundation, a Hyderabad-based NPO working in the areas of agriculture, education, health, livelihood, raised 85.3 lakhs Indian rupees for training tribal farmers residing in Sirpuru and Jainur mandals of Komuram, Bhim, Asifabad district of Telangana state on sustainable livelihood development in agriculture allied sectors. And the SGBS Unnati Foundation, a Bangalore-based organization working extensively in the areas of skill development and vocational training, raised 1.8 crore Indian rupees and imparting training to around 10,000 graduating youths in their final years from government colleges located across various states like Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. With those words, ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with the Indian tradition, the function will be now inaugurated by lighting the auspicious ceremonial lamp. भारतीय परंपरा के अनुसार हम दीप प्रज्वलित कर इस समारोह का उद्घाटन करेंगे. I will request Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO, NSE, to please escort our chief guest, Srimati Madhavi Puri Buch, Chairperson of SEBI. I will also request Shri Ashwani Bhatia, whole-time member SEBI, Dr. R. Balasubramaniam, Chairperson Advisory Committee, Social Stock Exchange SEBI, Srimati Savita Sulugodu, CEO, Swami Vivekanand Youth Movement, Shri Neeraj Ahuja, Associate Director, Transform Rural India, Shri Shankar Haldar, Founder and President Mukti, Shri Mihir Kumar Paryal, Vice Chairman Ekalavya Foundation, Shri Ramesh Swami, Founder Director, SGBS Unnati Foundation, Shri R. Anand, Chief General Manager, NABARD, Shri Prakash Kumar, Deputy Managing Director, SIDBI, Shri Viraj Joshi, AVP of Regulatory and Policy, Zerodha, and Srimati Gayatri Nair Lobo, CEO, AT Chandra Foundation, to please join in. Deepene lokan jayati, deepastejo maya smrita, chaturvarga pradodeepan, tasmat deepyajet priye. This couplet in Sanskrit translates, the lamp is luminous, its radiance grants victory.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
वक्रतुंड महाकाय.
Let us have a nice group picture to treasure this moment. यादगार पल हम सभी के लिए. So the lamp, as I was saying, is a symbol of knowledge, learning, and wisdom. The lamp being lit, the function being inaugurated, I request all the esteemed guests and distinguished dignitaries to kindly take their seats in the audience. Along with the lamp lighting, we have also propitiated Lord Ganesha, the Lord of learning, knowledge, as also the arts, and the remover of obstacles for a successful program. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it is a proud privilege that to mark this historic moment and occasion, the Honorable Finance Minister of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, has been very gracious to send a message to us. I will now call upon Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO of NSE, to please convey her message to all of us. This message, as Sir will be reading it out to us, will also be displayed on the screen. Sir.
So we are grateful to Honorable Minister of Finance, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, for sending her personal message for the event. A copy of the message is, a print of that is being given to everyone. So I'll just read out the message. 13th March 2024, congratulations to the 5 non-profit organizations, Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement, Transform Rural India, Mukti, Ekalavya Foundation, and SGBS Unnati Foundation, who are being listed on the Social Stock Exchange platform of NSE. The contributions from donors towards this structured and performance-oriented mechanism of fundraising through the SSE are also highly commendable. The fulfillment of the vision announced in the 2019 budget aimed at bringing the capital markets closer to the masses and meeting various social welfare objectives related to inclusive growth and financial inclusion. Through the Social Stock Exchange framework is a significant milestone. These listings have led to fund mobilization via the SSE platform, which will be directed towards development projects in education, skill development, agriculture, livelihoods, women empowerment, and more. The government is committed to supporting the platform, as this will enable the democratization of investments and empower people across the country to take part in India's growth story. Hopeful that India's Social Stock Exchange will become a pivotal force for outcome-driven philanthropy in India in the years to come and serve as a model for other countries. Nirmala Sitharaman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for conveying Honorable Finance Minister's message to all of us. And as Ashish sir just mentioned, copies of this message will be distributed to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, to now initiate the proceedings, I invite our Chief Guest, Srimati Madhabi Puriboj, Chairperson of SEBI, for the opening address. Ma'am.
Very good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. All right. I must admit that when I think about the non-profit sector, the one word that comes to my mind is inclusion. And indeed, at this point in time, when the country is growing by leaps and bounds, the most important thing for each one of us is that those who were excluded, those who were not part of this growth story, should have an opportunity to actually be part of the mainstream, be part of the growth of India, and therefore inclusion is the single most important agenda that we have as a nation today. So it's really timely that the social sector, by which I mean the entire set of non-profit organizations who are working tirelessly for inclusion, for various stakeholders in the country, various citizens of the country who unfortunately up till now are not part of the mainstream, this movement and transition from exclusion to inclusion is the single most important role that we can play in our country today. So if the entire market ecosystem can play any role in this, it is something that we are very, very proud to be a part of. What is it that this market ecosystem actually brings to the table? Because most of these organizations are organizations who are very, very credible in their own space. They have very good reputation. They have existing donors, and they have the support of a large number of people of the communities that they serve. So what is the role that we can play? What is it that we sitting here, what is the additionality that we can bring to them? Because unless we bring something incremental, there's no point in doing that. So to my mind, the question is really of how do we expand the donor base? How do we expand the volunteer base? How do we expand the access to funds for the social sector? As in any market ecosystem, including our equity markets, our mutual funds, our bond markets, etc., the social sector is no different. What will drive participation is trust. And therefore, the fundamental thing that the Social Stock Exchange seeks to bring to the social sector is a platform where once you are here, the trust is deemed to be there. Not just for the people who know you personally, for your own donors who are there with you today, but the world at large, the citizens at large, now believe that because you are on a well-regulated platform, there is a certain amount of deemed trust which they can assume and therefore feel very comfortable to make contributions, howsoever large, howsoever small, to the non-profit organizations. Now, what is the basis of this trust? It's not simply that you come into the platform and there is trust. The driver of trust is transparency. So when people say that, you know, I want to contribute to a good cause, but I'm not quite sure where the money goes, right? That niggling doubt in their mind is what stops people from writing that check. No, I shouldn't say writing that check, from making that UPI payment. So the objective we have is, on the back of transparency, that trust which is there in this market ecosystem should be available to the social sector to raise funds, much as the corporate sector raises money for its growth. The social sector should have an opportunity to raise money for its growth and the benefit of its communities that it serves. So apart from the transparency and the trust that this market ecosystem gives, I think the other important contributor of this ecosystem is the ecosystem itself. The various people in this chain of this ecosystem, who are they? So for instance, when you have a large number of brokers who are part of our ecosystem, and those brokers are advising their clients on investments, do they take a minute to say, you know, by the way, this social stock exchange is there, do you want to put a little bit of money there? You know, and you know, sometimes it's just that little nudge. I can tell you, my CA, I recently got a WhatsApp from him, and he said, Madam, March is coming to an end. I haven't seen any donation receipts. Okay, now I'm scurrying and I'm asking my husband, oh, we have to make our donations for the year. We haven't done it, and now I have only 10 days left and I better hurry up. It just needed that one nudge from my CA to tell me, every year I see your donation receipts. Is saal kidhar udhar? Where is it? You better do. So I think that the importance of this ecosystem, because it is literally thousands and thousands of people who are part of our ecosystem. There are literally thousands of brokers, many, many authorized persons, many, many mutual fund distributors, many money investment bankers, private wealth bankers. All of them are a part of this ecosystem. And if we can now plug into that ecosystem, we hopefully have a platform which will carry the message of our social sector much wider than we could ever have done on our own. I must admit that personally, you know, the girl child is a very important, I would say, community for me, or a stakeholder group for me. And therefore, I'm very keen to do something there. But on a lighter vein, we are actually going to our board, the SEBI board, tomorrow, to take permission for SEBI staff to be able to buy zero coupon, zero principal bonds, because we are not permitted to buy securities. So we're going to our board saying we also want to do our little bit, and hopefully we will get that approval tomorrow. And hopefully all those little girls and all the people who are currently not part of our mainstream tomorrow will become very much a part of this larger growth story of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for the words of inspiration and encouragement, as also for sharing the very good news with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now request Dr. R. Balasubramaniam, Chairperson Advisory Committee, Social Stock Exchange, for a special address.
Good afternoon. Well, introducing the day, Mrs. Mansi spoke about being an important day for the capital markets. I think it's more important day for the social sector. This sector, traditionally seen as a sector not having enough competence, seen as a sector challenged by constraints, seen as a sector having the problem of credibility and all that goes along with it. I think the demands of negotiating the exchange itself clearly demonstrates that this sector has got a lot of competence. Just traversing this journey of getting yourself registered, listed, and then negotiating with the forces that be, the capital forces that be, I think I must congratulate all the 5 NGOs. I have heard painful stories, but promising you that anything that is going to